Brown Comedy Podcast. I have rebranded my podcast. It's no longer called Nerdy Four because that was too confusing.
She finally, it's all about Amy now.
It's all about
about you.
Yeah.
I asked my inner child, my inner only child, and I was like, what is this podcast missing? More of me. No. It's just looking like Amy Brown Comedy on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, podcast. Bada bing, bada boom. One name. All across at Pornhub. I don't know your life. Okay. Whatever is out there. Amy Brown Comedy. And
Are you on Pornhub?
no, I don't know how to find it. I called it the wrong name for a long time.
What'd you call it?
Like I was just like it was hub porn. I was dyslexiating it.
That makes sense.
Oh no, fans only. That's what I would do.
Fans on.
Fans only.
Instead of only fans.
I did that for a very long time as well.
Talking to the microphone.
I did that for a very long time.
You did
as
OnlyFans?
well. I did.
What'd you
fans
do?
only. I did no OnlyFans. If I did do OnlyFans, that was something I wanted to do for the Crystal Company. You know,
Your
just like
crystal company. Okay,
crystals
let me
across
introduce
the
you really
chest.
quick.
No,
We
yeah.
have
No nipples because we're ladies.
no nipples, no stones in your nipples.
Yeah, or just the stones covering them.
Yeah, you could do some really tasteful.
Oh, really
They
tasteful.
make fancy bras. I saw this on the internet that are made out of like Swarovski nipples. Nope, that's not the word.
Swarovski crystals.
Crystals. Oh, and yeah, and it's.
I
just
used to
like
be addicted to those as a
whole
kid.
outfits, and then you can put it on like over your dress to kind of like bedazzle your outfit with like these things. Anyway, Tiffany Burke is in my costume chamber. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. It is.
All the way to Buckhead to see
It is
me.
quite a beautiful thing. I love the costume chamber.
Tiffany
the art.
is the stand-up comedian. She also does improvising. She's got
Yes.
skits on the internet
Yes.
and an Etsy.
Well, so
store?
I own a crystal company, not even an Etsy. I don't have an Etsy store. I have a Shopify store. So,
A Shopify store.
but I have an online website that you can find me at, as well as I am a management consultant. So
Oh, wait,
I do
you
like
have a real
creative.
job too?
I own a management consulting company.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, Louis Vuitton headscarf.
Yeah.
I see you. I see you.
Yes, I am a PMP and a Scrum Master. Most people don't know that.
What's a
about me.
PMP?
I'm a professional project manager.
Okay.
So I come into like creative events in different spaces and I manage their operations. So like, remember I did the thing for Sony Music for 21 Savage. I
did not know that.
I helped them
Can you
create.
hear her? She's kind of
Yeah,
quiet.
no, I can
Am I low?
No.
I helped them create an installation for their album. I've done different.
Like an art installation, or like was it more like pipe and drape for a shot, like a
No,
an
so we
event?
took a literal hotel. We took 14 rooms. We broke them down and then we recreated them and made art installations based off of every album.
Oh my!
every
God.
song on the album.
So people are walking through, drinking,
Active
looking at all of
installation.
the stuff.
And as well,
That
we had
sounds amazing.
and we had active artists and actors in the room. So like a lot of fellow comedians I hired. So like Ronnie Myers, Leslie Johnson. She's one of my improvisers. They were all actors and stuff in it. So it was really fun.
That's
yeah.
fantastic.
So do a lot of different things like that, and then manage people's projects.
You manage people's projects. What kind of projects?
It just depends on the industry. So I'm across the board.
Ooh, that's really cool. I knew you were cool. We always have a good time around the show.
We always have a great time.
I've been trying to get you to come do the podcast for a while, and it's slippery. The dates keep moving around because we keep traveling.
Yes, we
you
are
were
traveling.
out in Colorado, and you did a show, and the Moms Unhinged folks saw you, and so
Yes.
you're gonna be
On
fixing
tour with you guys in the
Yes.
new year.
I'm excited for
Me
that.
too.
How many kids do you have?
I have 2 kids, 2 boys.
I'll allow it. 2 boys. We're the same. What's their ages?
They're 20 and 11.
Woo!
Yeah.
Woo!
You see that gap?
This little gap.
Yeah.
I have
That's
19
a good
and
black
7.
Catholic gap.
Oh, a black Catholic gap.
Yeah, you know. It's
So is another black Baptist.
The tippy toes.
The tippy toes.
Always swallowing or spitting.
Oh, like the rhythm method.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if you're Catholic, I'm just realizing if you're Catholic, you're not allowed to use the birth control.
You're not supposed
You're
to.
not supposed to.
Is that for reals?
Yeah.
That's for us.
Don't tell that to Jane Fonda because she has a whole organization trying to help
And I
teenagers
want
not get
her-
pregnant.
Yes, let's not let teenagers get
I
pregnant.
feel like it's a like all things. It's a real pick and choose person to
Yeah,
person.
yeah. Now, otherwise, I mean, you know,
Go ahead.
I'm very pro. You should have condoms.
I was gonna say this sounds like a gigolo was like, no, baby, I can't use condoms. I'm Catholic.
Yeah, no, I mean, once you're married, you know who uses.
Gigolo.
Once you're married, who uses condoms? I was that gap period.
Yeah.
I was definitely in a committed marriage.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, but also, you know, I knew I didn't want kids for a while.
You don't want kids for a while, and then you didn't want them for a while, and then you had another one.
Yeah,
Was that an accident?
That was definitely an accident.
Ooh. Did you also you wanted to only have one? We had two, and then we're like, I got rid of all the baby stuff. I was like, we are
Congratulations.
done. This was so much work. And then my husband didn't get the snip yet, and we moved, and I was like, maybe we should try for the girl. And during the morning, when the sun shone upon my face, I did not want another baby. But sometimes at night when we get drinking, I'd be like,
I like to make them. I love the making part. We could do the making all the time.
Babies are the opposite of sausage. It's it's less fun.
Well, if we
It's
could
more
just
fun to
run
make them.
drills. I would run drills
yeah.
all the
Practice.
time.
Run
I
drills.
loved practice as a soccer player. Drills are the best.
Drill all day. I
could
love
drill all
tennis
day.
practice more than I like playing an actual game.
Exactly. You know what I mean? But you want me to birth them over? Like, I come from on my mom's side, my grandmother had 19 kids. 19. And I think
Wait.
that's insane.
That's a lot of
19.
kids.
Like, stay off of her. Why did you do that to her?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So for me,
Like,
like
if someone with a referee with a whistle needed to be like, time out.
and
Yeah.
think about what kids do to your body.
Well, she
Like,
probably had zero bones left because
Right.
it
No,
leaches.
she was a very tall, very tall and like strong woman. So I mean, even after 19, so that just says so
Dude,
much about.
She must have eaten a healthy diet.
She was very healthy.
You know, the folic acid.
She
you need to keep
spent 14 and a quarter years of her life actively pregnant.
Actively.
Well, that's back when you could smoke and drink when you had a baby inside of
Actively
you.
pregnant.
And it's not 9 months. Don't forget, it's 10 months.
Oh, no.
At that time.
Oh, wait.
You have to
And
do the
that's
math
another.
different.
I'm on next year on tour. I'm gonna be fighting this premise of the 9 months. That is false. You were pregnant for 40 weeks.
She was
That is
actively
10
pregnant
months.
for almost 16 years.
Stop making
Yeah.
making
So
it
wait.
trendy.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it 10 months? And they
It's
don't
10 months you're pregnant.
Why don't they count
40
the first
weeks.
month?
It's some kind of marketing that happened in the 30s where they went around and said 9 months sounds cooler
Then 10.
than 10.
Oh, my God.
So they literally said that and became a a
Yeah.
And so
yeah.
because I remember getting pregnant and them saying 40 weeks and I was like, "Wait, that's not 9 months." And she was like, "Yeah, that's a bad misnomer." And I was like, "No, that's a lie."
That's a lie.
They've been
It's
lying to
it's
us.
hurting people.
It for sure was some shitty man, too.
It was 100% a
they're
man.
like, it's 9 months. It's
Who
it's
cares?
practically
9,
yeah.
10, bye.
I can imagine it's just like the font didn't fit on the newspaper, and so they're like,
We gotta cut out a
We need to
letter."
cut out a letter.
Yeah, that 1 O is a situation.
One,
Just move it down.
Just move it over. The type space. Yeah, dude. Good for you. Good on you having like the energy to parent still. How old are you? You never know when a black woman and you live in Atlanta.
I'm 45.
You look fabulous. So, I'm 47, and I just found out the saddest year for all women is 47.2 months.
Why?
It was in some
I don't believe
research
them.
article. Well, I felt it. I was laying on the ground.
What was the
this
reason
year.
they said?
because you stopped taking your medicine.
I stopped taking my
That
hormonal
wasn't-
replacement therapy, and I got
Yeah,
very
so you
sad.
gotta substitute that with something Ayurvedic if you're not gonna do
Oops a
that.
daisy.
Like
Well, the
some-
Ayurvedic one was it made me smelly because it was like a lot of turmeric or something like that. It's supposed to give you some testosterone, but then I was sweating turmeric out my armpits, and the doctor was like, "Oh, when you have asparagus, does your pee smell?" I'm like, "Yeah, doesn't that happen to everybody?"
Everybody.
And she said, actually no. And I was like, "Well, you could have asked me that before I spent all my money on this
That's
expensive
I don't
turmeric."
believe anything she's saying because I definitely smell like asparagus after I eat
Yes,
asparagus.
well,
and
you-
I can attest that the boys do too, because they're disgusting. So I don't believe. So if we're doing a ratio right now, the doctor is incorrect. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. The boys pee everywhere.
Everywhere.
So when mine were little, I got to the point where I had to get a butter knife and etch away at the stalagmites of dried on crystallized urine. It was like I was harvesting amber.
Your boys are nasty.
And I had to dig it out underneath the toilet. It's just, I don't think standing to pee is something everyone is capable of. I think we should take that off the menu, and everyone should have a nice sit and a tinkle in the toilet.
That's why at this age, I do nothing with their bathroom. Either they do it, or if I schedule a maid that month because it was a heavy travel month, then somebody else does it. But I stay away from their bathroom.
Right, keep love alive.
Just stay away from it. It's not my space.
Yeah. I have a rule that I have to be able to get into your bedroom in case there's an emergency without hurting myself. So there has to be a little bit, like I can step on clothes, that's fine, but not a suitcase, or a huge basket full of wires. That was right in the middle one time.
No, because I'm scared I'm going to touch like a crunchy sock.
I know.
Yes, exactly.
I try not to think about it. Yeah. So where's your 20-year-old?
Here with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is he at school?
No, he's working.
He's working.
Take a gap year.
That's nice. That front lobe is so not developed, especially in boys. Oh my God.
Yeah, and this was a weird time. I love how people were like totally trying to disregard that we just survived
the pandemic.
Yeah, like the grief. Like, and it's like nobody addresses the fact that we all just survived like a mass culling. And we're just moving along. So, like, I like the whole space. So if you're not ready for something that college requires a certain type of discipline and thought. And I think more people should take thought of that before they rush into it. So I don't rush them into things that I don't think at that time would be something that you're mentally capable to,
Gap years are great.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And gap years help you figure out who are you.
Did he take a gap year, or did he go to college and it was like, I can't right now?
No, he just went straight into work and took a gap year. He was like, no.
Yeah.
He was like, I'd rather do this.
Get things organized up top.
Well, and know what it is you really want, because 18 and 19 going into college is crazy. That's like your enemy year or something. In
what was your major, Amy?
In numerology or something crazy like
I
that.
actually have a degree in economics with a business management certificate, but I'm this close to having a minor in musical theater. I just I'm like missing
you
2
should
credits.
Have it. You should have it. You need
back.
It. You need to go back
and finish it. They really wanted you to read music, and I'm like, I can barely read
about
English.
Going back and getting a master's in fine arts.
You are?
Yeah.
Well, you can also
because
audit.
I'm with so many like artists now all the time that
you can audit classes too. You don't have to pay for them.
Well, also you can go. I think Georgia State has a program you can get into their fine arts, and they pay for everything for you.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Georgia's paying
Masters,
for people
Georgia
to get
State.
more arts degrees?
Yep. Georgia
That's
State.
very interesting.
It is, isn't it?
Okay, Georgia.
All right.
I thought it was a red state.
Well, some programs are still good in the.
Is that that's not the Hope Scholarship?
Mm-mm.
I really am proud
It's
of
part of
Georgia's
their master's
Hope
programs.
Scholarship, that people can go to school for free if they
wanted to. Yeah, that started when I was in high school, and I think it was dope. A lot of people got opportunity to go to college that probably never would have.
Right?
And it was very helpful.
I do hear though that the kids qualify to get the Hope Scholarship. They go to college and then they don't keep it because you have to keep your grades up, and they're like doing all that front lobe development freshman year, like first semester, and then they lose it. I think you should be able to get it back again if you're like, okay, and then like you have all that debt. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I think that's actually a good plan, and maybe you should go and you should
knock on doors and then get shot in the face. Welcome to Atlanta.
Is it that violent?
I don't know, but someone just got shot around the corner from here.
Okay, well maybe it is. That's
at 9:30 on a Sunday night. It's the Lord's Day, and They captured the guy who was shooting the other person. I don't know. Is this Lindbergh? It's fine. I don't know.
Okay. And I moved from downtown too, so maybe
Where are you living?
I used to live off Marietta Street over near
Is that downtown? I don't know streets.
like West Midtown or whatever. I used to live in a condo over there. But now I live out in McDonough. I joke about it.
Donna.
Yeah, I've been out there.
I've been there. I've had a great show there.
Yeah.
That's like an hour outside the city.
Yes, it is.
It's a drive.
So do you understand the commitment that I put in?
Thank you.
If I come
Okay, well,
and I'm doing
we better
stuff
talk
in the
about
city, I think people forget that. I'd be like, I say it in my jokes. I live in McDonough.
Yeah, since you drove all the way here to do this podcast, let's talk about your online shop.
Yes,
Your crystals.
Yes.
So you have a degree in business.
So actually, I have a bachelor's of arts in science, and then I have another degree in nursing.
Okay.
I have a master's in business.
Okay, so is that MBA? Mm-hmm. Where'd you get your MBA?
Well, no, I'm not completed.
Would they teach you how to do cocaine off of a Lexus?
I'm a certificated PMP, so I'm not done with my MBA. But
okay,
I have an MHA.
Okay.
Health administration.
Oh, you love
That's
school.
The business part.
I
don't love school. I like
you just said
money.
you were going to go back to school. Well, they do have to pay you more sometimes.
Money, and people have to pay you more when you're certified, and they can't question you.
That's nice.
It's easier to get people to pay you when you're like
all the letters behind your name,
exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
I don't think I have any letters to put behind
okay.
my name. Maybe I should make some up. HRH, Her Royal Highness.
There we go.
I think Her Royal Highness of the Closet.
Ooh.
Yo.
Which also works because
Costume
you do
chamber.
well with gay
Yeah. Oh, that would be a good one. Her Royal Highness of the Costume Chamber. Can I say I trademarked that?
Yes,
Yeah.
trademarked it.
Can you?
I also I could do your logo. Did you see I did a Good Cop Bad Cops logo
Oh,
for
you
them?
did? I'm going to look into Good Cop, Bad Cop. We had
Good Cop, Rad Cop.
Yeah,
Good Cop,
Rad Cop.
Rad Cop.
My favorite.
It's a comedy duo. Follow them on Instagram. They are so funny.
Ryan was on here.
Ryan Darling was on here. He was darling.
He's a darling.
And they
Ryan.
sing and they do comedy at the same time, like
Bonkers.
ninjas.
It's insane.
And it's so good.
Yeah,
Sometimes
I
can get
I helped Ryan get started in comedy back in Chattanooga.
back in the day. Sometimes when people sing and do comedy,
That's
it
where
can
my
be
grandfather's
cheesy.
from.
Oh yeah.
It's not.
He was famous in Chattanooga.
He was famous. What was your grandfather famous in Chattanooga
His name
for?
is Ernest Burke. He was James Brown's first drummer, and he started a band called The Inclines. And he wrote a song called Atlanta Boogaloo and Pressure Cooker. And Pressure Cooker is one of the most sampled hip hop samples. But he lost his rights to it from Atlantic Records.
Ugh.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's terrible. I'm so sorry.
I mean,
He sounds cool.
he's super cool. He's super dope.
That's so cool. Did he live in Chattanooga the whole time,
No,
or did he
he's
move
passed.
to Atlanta?
He passed.
Did he move to Atlanta?
No, he always lived in like Upper Georgia, Cohutta, near Dalton, Georgia. Mm-hmm. That's where my grandmother's family's from.
Okay.
So.
Georgia's a really big state, and I haven't been to all the parts yet.
So it's like unfortunately it's Marjorie Taylor Greene's.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm good. I don't need to visit that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? The area is good people, so I don't like that she represents them.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, there are some very like her people up there, but then there are some of the nicest, sweet. Because I've known those people like since I was a little kid. So
Okay, so tell me about your collection of rocks.
oh my
That's
gosh.
probably not what they're called.
It's not. It's my babies. Not like I call them.
So
mama babies.
you were gonna record a special, and you're gonna call it. What were the two things that you suggested?
So either midlife try shit because I feel like
Midlife
try
Try shit. Oh,
instead
Very
of
good, very
midlife
good.
crisis. You like it. See, he likes
that's
it.
good. Yeah.
Because I feel like this year, my 45th year, I've been on the most side quests that I can
Side quests
of life. Yeah.
of life. What's a
Yeah.
side quest in your mind?
Just random accolade that you never thought you'd get. Like I was a jewelry hand model this year.
Wait, what?
Ooh.
A jewelry
Yeah.
hand model.
Yeah, so one of my friends makes these beautiful very high-end crystal laced gold pieces and different types of extravaganza, and she had us model it. And then we got to use it at the exhibit that we had last week, so it was pretty dope.
That's fun.
Oh, no. Yeah, it was nice to have like 20 G's worth of jewelry.
It makes you feel important.
I was like,
and sparkly.
I was very sparkly. It
That's
was lots
so
of
cute.
emeralds. I was like, yes.
You have long, beautiful braids of hair.
Yes,
that
usually
are
when my
right
hair
now.
is.
Did you have your hair down and your sparkly hands?
I actually had my hair pulled back, and I had on a very nice hat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had on a Stetson.
Oh, Stetson!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
this
it
is
was
like
Stetson.
Beyonce's new country album vibes.
It
with
was
like the
kind
diamonds.
of. It was kind of giving. Yeah, it was.
And a Stetson.
And a very long, tight black turtleneck dress that had cutouts of just my back arms. It was really.
That's nice.
No,
You can
it was
show the
good.
back of your arms.
Yes, it was
I try to put
gorgeous.
mine in arm spanks all the time because they're
Where?
They're, no, it's when I walk and they talk.
That's just okay.
That's what
I feel like we have to
this.
accept certain things once we
You
get.
sound like Joel now.
Yeah.
We do.
Isn't
Like
that crazy?
I've learned to accept my body in all its perfections. Like you have, first of all, you're in such great shape for a 47-year-old, so you should be
Thank you, darling.
Yeah.
loving up on yourself.
I
'Cause
know.
have you seen
I
yourself
live in
today?
Buckhead and the people get smaller
Who
and
cares?
smaller.
Who cares?
Yeah, but they're not.
They're so tiny.
They're boring and they're not.
But
funny.
they're boring. They're not Amy. They're
go-
not Amy.
I'm gonna go eat a bucket
Like,
of
what are you
cheese dip
talking about?
right now. You guys are getting me
You
fired
understand?
up.
You know, this
Cheese
is
dip.
something that I've realized this year from traveling around the world. What we do as comedians we are some of the bravest people in the world. Other people wish they could be as cool as we are. We get up and we speak on behalf of whatever it is to people and make them laugh. We bring joy and laughter into people's lives.
Yes, yeah.
Even
It's
if we
special.
happen to be making them think, we bring joy and laughter into people. And that's one of the best medicines.
It's so fun too. I freaking love it.
is so
I love it so much. I love making people laugh, and then they're not sad, and I'm not sad, and everyone's happy. And then we go home, and then we're like, I'm sad again, and go to sleep.
Exactly. But for like, you know, however much time they give me, if it's an hour, then I'll take it.
Yeah, yeah. I love it.
But I get to make people laugh. And
It's
that's,
so good.
you know, I don't care what other people look like. You look beautiful with these arms. So
Thank
there
you,
you go.
darling. I'm still
So,
gonna do all those
crystals.
crystals. Okay, yes. How? So I gotta explain really quick that when your braids are out, they're long and they're gray and they're beautiful,
Yes.
and you've been calling yourself Black Khaleesi.
Yes, I have. Black Job Khaleesi. Black Job Khaleesi.
Yeah.
Thanks to our the soon to be re-elected president.
Oh.
That's how I got the idea. Because
Yeah.
remember, he was calling black jobs. So when I went to Croatia,
Oh yeah.
everywhere I went, everybody was calling me Khaleesi and Bella. So I leaned into it. I was like, that's fine. I'm coming back to America. Yo, black job Khaleesi. Free you from your chains.
And then you also deal in crystals.
Yes.
So this is also on brand.
Yes, it is. It's very
Tell me about
outrageous.
how did you get involved? What do they do? It's a whole thing.
So, you know, from my management consulting company, I travel a lot. I have clients all over the country. And I think like 13 years ago, I had a client in Sholo, Arizona. I'd never been to Arizona before. And I'd always watched this movie, Fire in the Sky, the Travis McCoy story. Is about the guy who got the logger who got kidnapped by aliens. Like,
Oh.
I know what you're talking about.
okay.
Wait, what's it called again?
Fire in the Sky.
Fire in the Sky.
Is this a book or a
That's really good.
movie?
Uh-huh.
So I
Or
never
a
believed
memoir.
in any of these things. I never believed in stuff like this. I'm like very religious person. I believe in God.
Because you're
Like,
Catholic.
Yes, I believe in God.
Catholics believe in ghosts, though.
We well, we believe in demons and,
Oh.
and things like that. We
Okay.
do kind of believe in ghosts. We do believe in ghosts. We do believe in ghosts. Yeah, I would say. I think. Well, here's the thing. So I meet Travis McCoy,
Who's Travis McCoy, the guy who got in the
guy
alien?
the alien guy.
Yeah.
And while I'm there, I just observed some very not normal things
While
in the
you're
sky
there.
while I was there.
Right? It's supposed to be a hotbed.
It
of
is a hotbed. It's a hotbed of
activity.
activity. So while I was there for that client, I was there for maybe like 7 weeks straight. One of the weeks, like the fifth week.
Shirley MacLaine lives there, and she says she sees the alien ships all the time.
But
she's also a little loony.
No, I would not doubt anything that woman says after I saw last time.
Okay.
I mean, it just changed me.
I'm getting goosebumps. I want to hear what you saw.
So the weekend one weekend I stayed over, me and my colleague went to the Grand Canyon. And then while we were in the Grand Canyon, people kept telling us to go to Sedona. Mm-hmm. So we ended up going to Sedona. And just weird, these weird old white ladies just kept on like popping up into my day and giving me like the most cryptic messages. Like it really freaked me and my colleague out because she was just like, how did she know your grandma's name? And I was like, I don't know how she just knew my grandma's name. And she was like, she like told me, she said, look for the sign that has your company's name. That's all she said.
Look for the sign
that has your company's name. That's what she says.
Okay.
And my colleague, she'll probably message on y'all's YouTube and see it and be like, yes, this is crazy. So we get into Sedona. And then when you first drive into Sedona out of, I think it's like Oak Valley or Oak Ridge, you pass the city sign. And then as soon as you get there, there's this general store. It says general store. Mm-hmm. My company name is Sinclair St. Thomas.
Okay.
There's a Sinclair sign.
Whoa.
Up. And then a teeny tiny welcome to St. Thomas Islands.
Oh, my God. Okay.
So we stop. We go into this lady.
Pimples.
So I'm like, me and my colleague are like, what's going on? So we stop. We go into this place. Is it like a truck stop?
Where you get gas?
It says a general store. So we were just like, stop. We got to stop here.
In my imagination, it's alone in the desert, nothing around it.
No,
and there's like
it's the first part of the city when you first drive into Sedona.
So it's like in a city setting. Okay.
Yeah, like as soon as Sedona's like not a city. It's like.
It's where rich people go.
But it's like, how can I explain it? It's like you driving to Helen kind of energy.
Into the mountains.
In the desert.
Yeah.
It's like Helen, Georgia, but in the desert.
Yeah, so
you get what I'm saying?
like a foothill kind of town.
It's got that kind of energy to it. So we pull up, we go inside.
A tourist
and
place.
it's a full crystal store.
A full crystal store?
And the old lady at the front says, sister, I've been waiting for you.
Oh, okay.
And says my name and my grandma's name.
Oh, my God.
Again.
Okay. And okay.
I was like, you need to walk through, pick out whatever you need, and then I'm going to give you directions. Because we had already been talking about going to the Vortexes. And she said, the lady says to us, I know you're going to the Vortexes, and I'm getting everything you need for it.
What's the Vortexes?
So look up Sedona Vortexes. And so we had read about it. We were at the Grand Canyon. So the Vortexes are these places where like the energy
flows differently.
I don't know if it flows different or it's like magnetized there. I can't explain it. But like your hair will stand up. Like if you walk into this area, your hair will stand up on the top of your head. Or like you'll get like almost like supercharged. I can't explain it. And like there's 4 of them. We went to 5
centers of energy that are conducive to healing, meditation, and self-exploration is what the vortexes are.
So there's Bell Rock. One of them's at the church. It's at a Catholic church. That's the first one we went to. It's like the Catholic church is on top of one of the vortexes somehow.
Okay. So do they think like maybe there's a bunch of magnetic stuff underneath the soil that's pulling things? Or do you think it's more?
I don't know what it is. I don't know what. I think it's frequency or something. Like you can't explain it. And I think that's why a lot of the spaces that are around there are like military places and closed off completely. Because if those are the harmless ones that they'll let you go to, imagine what the ones are like that they're like blocked off. I mean, that's all I can experience.
Is that
like
where
my hair? I'd never. Like, I was not a believer of any of these things. Like I want to make it very clear.
Yeah.
Like when we walked into the Bell Rock one, it's a state park. You go to Bell Rock State Park. It was considered one of the vortexes. As soon as you park your car, your phone won't work. Your phone won't work as soon as you get to the park area. So you got to make sure that you're tracking like your distance and you have like all your emergency stuff.
Okay.
But then, like, once you get, I would say I got, like, not even a half. I would say maybe maybe 80 yards into the park, all of a sudden your hair and your arms and your head starts tingling. It's like lifting up.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
visibly.
The tingles.
But you can't take pictures of it because your phone won't work.
Oh my God. Can you take an old time?
So it's like me and my coworker looking at each other like, yo,
Yeah, can you take like an old disposable camera?
I guess you could try it and see if it would develop.
Yeah.
Because what would it do to
the
film? I would try it. I'd probably try. I'd go back and try
Yeah.
it. I've been a couple of times.
Did you have a laptop in the car? Because if it's magnetic, it might wipe the drive.
No, I didn't take my laptop because we were just there we weren't even supposed to go. That was the thing. We weren't, everything about that day was the weirdest because we weren't supposed to go. And the way that those ladies knew my name and knew my grandma's name, that kept freaking me out.
What's your grandma's name?
Beulah Vivian, but they called her BV, which is her nickname. So that's what made it worse because they were like, BV said this. And I was like.
Now is she communicating? Was your grandmother maybe connected with not the mafia?
No, she was alive then. That's what made it crazier.
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what made it
coming through.
Because when I talked to her, and she was like, "Well, that was odd." I was like, "Wasn't it?" I was like,
"Some white ladies in Arizona calling you, grandma."
I was like, "That was odd," but because of that, she gave me all these crystals.
Okay.
And
in the quote unquote general store, which is a crystal
store.
Well,
it was a really crystal store. I don't even know the name of that place. I think it's Sedona General Store. I think that might be it. It's right when you drive into Sedona. You can't miss it. And it's near this Chimes shop, I think, or Chimes or something. But after that, she gave me some crystals. And told me what to do when I got to the Vortexes as far as praying for different things. And everything that she made me write down on that list,
yes,
all came to pass.
Really? Do you want to share some of it? Is it too private?
Yeah, it's too private. But,
okay.
But
so you had 7,000 orgasms this year? Was that on your list?
Unfortunately, I did not have 7,000 orgasms written down.
That
wasn't
many.
One of
That's
them.
going to get in the way of getting stuff done.
Is it?
I think so.
I feel like every time you orgasm, you creatively make something. And if you got good
juju, good
you
energy.
Well, if you understand how to use manifestation energy, you just take it and you recreate it into something else instead of a child.
What can you make your orgasm into that's not?
I don't know. What
just
goal do you have?
A good afternoon.
What goal do you have?
Getting a location for my special recording.
Okay,
I can't stop talking about.
So for the next couple of times when y'all have sex and you're about to orgasm, that should be what you think about right before you.
Okay.
I just told her that she's procrastinating and focusing on things she shouldn't be focusing on.
Talk about focus. If I'm about to orgasm and I start thinking about things I'm trying to manifest, I'm not gonna orgasm. I'm gonna be like, and that's my to-do list, and that's my to-do list.
No, it's just one thing. Just do one of them.
Okay.
Don't do the whole list. Just have the one that you're focused on getting
yell
done
it,
right
Tawanda,
now. Don't be
that movie.
It'll be helpful if you tell your partner what you're doing, because then two people focus on the same thing is better than one.
She's never gonna do just one thing. By the way,
I know.
I don't like.
She's severe. She's very much neurodivergent, like myself.
I don't.
I'm a wish for 9 things.
Yes, all at once. And I'm not gonna talk to my partner when we're doing it. Ew. Just kidding.
Come on.
You can laugh out loud, Joel.
That wasn't a laugh. That was I'm sad for you.
Oh, sorry.
That was pity.
That was a really.
He put his forehead on the microphone
Joel, it's okay. I was told I have resting disappointment face, so that's the one I always make where I'm like, I'm disappointed.
It's fine. Here's the thing. I don't recognize it anymore because every woman I've ever dated just
looks sad all the time.
Angry, and that's what I like.
Not resting angry face.
Yeah, but I like it. That's my thing.
Okay, well, hey.
I call it resting.
As long as you know what you like, that's all that matters. I call it like it, I love it.
I call it resting buckhead face.
No, that's different. Those are mean
resting
people.
Bitch face.
Okay, wait. So did you?
Mean people.
So did this get?
So how many things? So go ahead.
I don't know. Was this experience what made you start selling crystals? Or
That's
did you
experience started me getting crystals.
Okay.
and once I started getting crystals,
you started to
Once I started getting crystals, my then husband was like, "Look,
you gotta."
And he's very much everything has to be a business. This needs to be a write off. He was like, "Look, I'm If you want to, like, this is something you like, you can get a couple pieces of display pieces and write those off, and then, but I'm gonna need you to be making money off of this because this seems like it get expensive. And he was right, because wholesale I was getting way better prices than.
That's true.
Retail.
Than the retail.
Yeah,
for sure.
Once I saw, I was like, oh, this is.
What is your
egregious.
shop of?
Yeah. DoersBeatThinkers.com.
Doers be thinkers.
Doers beat
thinkers.
thinkers. Joe gets it.
Oops. Doers beat thinkers. Oh.
I like you getting that in real time after this.
Yeah, I love how it hits you. And that's always how people, when I say it to people, they be like, oh, yeah, I like that.
Oh. So it's like ready, shoot, aim.
Yeah, like, because sometimes especially as a neurodivergent person, like you can be thinking about stuff forever and ever and ever, but until you actually do it, you're not beating the system.
There's a kind of paralysis that happens to people.
Analysis
with the AD,
paralysis,
and
yes.
and then so you're supposed to start dancing and start getting into your body,
which is why I'm very much which having the crystal store made me become a Reiki master. So I'm into
are you
energy.
a Reiki?
Yes. Oh.
You
that was my fault. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It's the Reiki
I think
calling.
it's your grandmother calling.
Yeah. No,
Tell us
my
what's
grandma is passed now.
now is well
Yeah.
then she's definitely calling.
That's even spookier now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Okay. So how many things were on that list of goals you had or wishes for what are they called again? The parts of Arizona that make your hair.
The vortex.
The vortex.
vortexes.
That's what I call my
Vortexes.
cervix. I call my cervix.
It is
the
a vortex. It is a vortex.
Is it?
It is a portal. It's a portal. Think about it. You bring life into the world
That's
down
true.
there. That's a soul comes and through
Yeah.
you.
Right? If you
it's
have
super deep when you think about it.
what's that thing that goes inside of you and stops you from getting pregnant? An IUD.
IUD.
Is that make a leaky hole and then souls are flying out?
No, I don't think that's what it is.
A leaky hole. You really need to learn anything about vaginas.
I'm learning right
I
now.
don't
I've got
think
a
that's-
vortex.
As a used to be nurse, that's not. I think we need to have I don't want the Department of Education to go away.
Yeah, Amy's not too clued in.
You know what?
Sorry.
I found out
we need them.
I found out I had 3 holes down there when I read it on the side of a tampon box.
How long ago?
And then I passed out on the ground, and luckily it was in the 80s, and
Okay,
we had
that's not
shag
that bad.
carpeting, and I could lay on the shag when I passed out.
You do have 3 holes.
Yeah. And a vortex, it turns out. Okay.
One of the holes is a vortex.
Yeah.
Meow.
It's a portal.
Right. Okay. So you're a Reiki master. Do you do the chakras too?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I love talking about chakras.
Yes,
I
let's
could
talk
talk
about them
chakras.
all day long.
Okay.
I love to. When somebody gets me started, I'm like, yes, let's talk about biofields and energy.
I have a chakra story, but I want to first, which got something answered for me. I want to ask you how many things did you get answered by the vortex or get figured out by the vortex for you?
It was about 9 to 10
9 to
things.
10. You went in with a full list.
I went
You
in
were
with a list. I was focused because I felt like it must have been really important because I was having like it was very much like one of those spiritual kind of days. Like
Yeah.
I couldn't believe what
Everything
was going
feels
on.
aligned.
It very much felt aligned, and I was like, let me take
nothing
this
feels
serious.
random. Even like the music that's playing.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah, exactly. Like the songs that were coming on the radio
You feel like
were
you're in a
very much.
movie?
Yeah, I felt
You're like outside your
I felt
body
like
a little
Amy
bit.
McBeal. It was a very much an Amy McBeal.
Who's
like
Amy
moment.
McBeal?
Wait.
You remember that? Amy McBeal?
Allie McBeal?
Allie McBeal. Sorry, thank you.
Ah.
I said Amy because I'm looking at you. Allie McBeal. It was very much Allie McBeal.
Okay, that TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because everything was just like, I was like, okay, God sending me messages.
Yeah.
So I took it very serious. I wrote down more than
When you went
that, but I know 9 out of 10 things definitely came to pass.
when you went into the Catholic Church, that's also a vortex. Was the vortex clustered in the nave? Like, was the whole church vibrating with energy, or
The whole church was vibrating with energy.
okay? Because churches will
actually.
vibrate anyway, because people go in there with their big feelings.
because I was an altar girl in church, so I definitely know what clean kind of feeling.
Yeah.
It felt different. It was very much it just felt different. It felt lighter.
Was it during the day you went? The sun
We went during
shining?
the daytime. It was like early, probably like 10 a.m.
Was it old church with like stained glass windows and
No,
wood
so
smell?
it's beautiful. It's I guess it is an old church, but it's tall and peaky. And it's made out of, I think, like marble and whatever granite is there, or limestone.
Okay.
But it was very much triangular and wide open, high to the sky, maybe like 150 feet.
Okay.
Kind of diameter up, and it is triangle-ish, and it's off a cliff, and you can look down and see this mansion.
Wow. Well, people can't see the picture. Yeah.
But I'll show it to you later. But,
okay.
So it's very much, it looks like something out of Architectural Digest.
Oh, so
That's
it's like
the best
modern.
way. It's very much.
Okay.
I don't know if it's modern, but it's they would have used it as like a work of art with natural whatever nature's instinct. That's
Oh, okay. So you walk in, you park your car.
Beautiful.
You walk in, it's vibrating. Your hair's on end. Your phone's not working.
so there. Yeah. Also, there, your phone doesn't work right there. It works in the parking lot though, which was weird, but it won't work as soon as you get into. And I think the vortex there is actually underneath the church. It's not like how Bell Rock was, where it felt like it's the whole.
What's Bell Rock?
Bell Rock was like when you get there, it's a huge rock.
Okay.
That's like a group of rocks actually, and you hike
So it's
up
more
it.
of a park. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And you walk.
So because all the vortexes are in different locations around Sedona, so you have
Okay.
to drive to each
to
one.
each one.
Mm-hmm.
Are they in a circle? Is this like
I don't think they're in a circle.
Stonehenge but bigger?
No, I don't think they're in a circle. They're like laid out. Well, it kind of gives like I guess like is it a rhombus? A rhombus shape.
Shape. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then did you go?
I love that I got to. Oh, did I just
your headscarf
did I-
just
my scarf just
scooched
come up?
pooched?
Yeah, scooched-y-pooched-y.
Did they when you walked in? Did you ask all 9 questions at the first one and like vibrate and
No,
meditate
so I
and try
sat
to hear?
first I sat and I
answers?
meditated because that's what she told me. She said, sit, meditate, and pray first. She was like, then I want you to focus on the things that you're asking
Okay.
or trying to get rid of. It was like a list of things you want to get rid of, things you want to bring in, goals, all those things.
Okay.
So it was very, I mean, I did it. I didn't think anything of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe like 3 months later, all of the things start happening real fast.
Really? Can you give us you have to say
Like,
a
I can't-
little
I
bit.
can't,
Can you
like,
do a
no.
little bit? Just like a theme.
So I wanted a government contract. I got the contract.
Okay.
I wanted to diversify like certain things in my business. It all happened, even though I didn't organize it. It was like all these things were happening that I requested, but
we're
without.
coming to you.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit like The Secret, like make a vision board and put it up. But you took your. It sounds like you took your vision board on a field trip to the Magic Energy Center.
Yes.
The Magic Energy Rhombus, and did a tour.
And it did it, and then it magnified it out,
Yeah.
sent it out, and got
it
back to me quicker.
So
Quicker.
yeah, you put like urgent on the email.
That's what it felt like.
To the
It felt like it
universe.
just came way faster than, like, because on the vision board, traditionally those things take a year, right? You know what I mean? This came around like way faster. And it was like, I don't want to say I didn't have faith, but I just kind of, I actually did what she said. I did it, and then I left it to
God.
So I didn't worry about it anymore.
That's what Oprah said she did,
Yeah.
and that to get her part in The Color Purple, she did all the networking, she did all the auditioning, and then she went for a walk,
And then
she's
let
like,
it go.
I give this to God, I give this to God. Now it's in God's hands.
So now that's what I do.
And then they got the phone. She got the phone call. Like they're like, Miss Winfrey, like she's at some spa, and like, come, we have a phone call, an important phone call for you, and she got it immediately after giving it up.
Yeah. So that was one of the biggest things I've had to learn is like the things that I want, I can't, delay gratification.
Okay,
right?
you can't because of the ADHD.
I can because that was a skill I had to learn because of the ADHD is I can't anticipate things to happen right away. I have to be okay with delayed gratification and teaching myself how to breathe through that and teaching myself not to, and I feel like that was something that I learned with meditation. Like all of those years helped me focus on like detaching myself from not getting the things that I feel like I need to have right now. Like I want this, like I want to be on this all the time. But when I don't get it, like, you know, being okay with knowing just because I didn't get it this time doesn't mean I'm not going to get it again. You know what I mean? Like I got to audition for SNL this year. That was cool.
What?
Yeah.
You got to audition for SNL?
We did the showcase. Remember?
Oh,
everybody
my
at Dad's. We all got to do the
That's
showcase.
so cool.
So like it was like those are goals
That's fantastic.
that, you know,
yeah.
you get to, but just because you don't get something doesn't mean that it's not gonna come to you. You know what I mean? And still having that as a goal, but it's just delayed. So I think that's the biggest thing is letting go of the things that we want.
When I'm doing my goal, whatever, my manifestations,
Goal setting,
I focus
manifestation,
on the feeling.
prayer.
Like I want to make
I like
a
to
stand-up
visualize,
special that I feel proud about. Then I can take away like all of like, and then everyone sees and they share with their friends, and then I can sell tickets and be a stand-up comedian lady that travels around. So that's too much pressure.
Yeah.
But I'm just
Also,
going
you're
to
already
focus
doing
on
that.
being proud. I know, but I want to do more. I only get to travel maybe once a month, and when my son goes to college, I'm going to have a huge hole in my heart and a very clean room, but a huge hole in my heart, and I want to go see the world, and I want to do stand-up comedy. I want to do an hour.
I just came back from comedy in Dubai. That was
You did comedy in Dubai?
Yes, I did.
What was that like? I didn't know they let women
so
talk
awesome.
there.
They do. I hate that people for that. Dubai was awesome. They let me talk. I mean,
Could you
as long as
talk-
I didn't say nothing bad about the shake, I was good. Like
Can
I
you
talked
talk
about
and
the
have a
fact they
cocktail
could.
on stage?
Yeah,
You can drink there?
hmm
Okay, because I know they're making like a Las Vegas with like an indoor ski range.
So
in
it's
there.
really. I think most people just don't see how. Now I couldn't get my permit to do comedy in Abu Dhabi because it took too long. But
You had to get a permit to do it?
yeah, Abu Dhabi's a little bit more stricter.
Wow.
But
yeah.
not that bad because there are tons. I went and saw the shows there. The people that ran Dubai Comedy who are awesome. I think it's Sam, Letts, and Ali Saeed, and then Mina
Okay.
Lynchon.
That's cool.
It was so much fun. I had so much fun with them. But no, they were awesome. They did take. I found out. Fun fact, you guys do not take your vibrators to Dubai.
Okay, wait, what? Do not take your
Don't take
Yeah,
your
what happened?
vibrator. They
Dude,
took. They
they took
confiscated
your
it.
vibrators.
Yes, they
Women there are
did.
not allowed to have orgasms, I guess.
I mean, they can.
Not with the vibrator.
Well, I mean, obviously they do because all the
Maybe
ladies were like, "No, they took your sister," and then they were like, "There's a black market for them here, so they
Oh my
still
God.
getting it. They just can't get it.
It's illegal.
They're paying a high price. I mean,
That's
I'm
so-
happy to know that I contributed to the black market there because they got two high end,
Not to brag.
Lilos
Were those
that are
on
like
your list? Yeah.
$400. Those are $400 vibrators that were in a case.
Damn.
Like I treat my ladies well. Okay, they get satin and everything. So whoever
for-
got that, I hope you happy.
Yes.
And it was clean because
You keep
they
your
clean.
ladies,
They
you keep your
I keep
ladies
them
nice.
squeaky,
You keep in the
squeaky,
box and clean.
squeaky.
That's lovely. You're doing the Lord's work.
Unfortunately,
Giving-
I'm without them.
Adding,
now.
I mean, if they throw
I
those
gotta
in the
put them back
garbage,
in my budget.
could you
I know that you
imagine?
know they did not throw that in the garbage.
I hope not.
That ended up in the black market. Somebody's
I hope
selling
so.
those.
I hope there's a nice lady.
Somebody's
in
flipping those.
in
Those
Dubai?
are good.
This is
Yes.
very- yeah.
That's what I said. I said, bless her. Alhamdulillah for
Maybe
that
the
woman.
men in Dubai have very fast fingers.
I don't know. I'm not trying to find out, Habibi. Y'all not finna get me arrested. No, sir.
I can't. Wow. That just. I mean,
Yeah.
talk about lack of women's rights.
I mean, I think you. I disagree because I was very much free as a bird while I was in Dubai. I seen a lot of things. They're like it's not what people think.
But you
At all.
can't. You can't have your vibrator.
But they did confiscate my vibrator. But I didn't go to jail.
Yeah.
I mean, hey.
Oh, you're
Because
right.
they put
Yeah.
you in jail for having the seed of anything green. Or
like the marijuana.
or you can go to jail for kissing a stranger, making
Oh,
out in
wow.
public.
Really?
Yeah, if you making out in public and you're not married.
That's like the one time you're supposed to. You're already married, or
not if you're not married, like making out, like making out, like being like way
married
inappropriate.
people don't make out in public. Gross.
I mean,
you do that in the luxury of your own home,
exactly,
behind closed doors.
They said do all that.
People,
you single people won't be infiltrating.
Jeez, that is wild. That is wild. Okay, so
I mean, but I had the best time. I mean, I love it.
I want to circle back to your vortex wishes. So
yes.
You got
and Dubai was a vortex wish.
Was
and now
it?
Yes, and now I've gone 3 times. So
oh my god.
I feel like the vortex has been working. It was one of
Have
my
you been back to the vortex since you went there the first time
No,
to do another
I
round of
haven't.
wishes?
I haven't. And I've been meaning to, like, and I've been like in Arizona and being like, I don't have time to go.
Okay, and then so the lady gave you stones. Did you leave stones at the different vortexes, or you
No,
just
I
took
took 'em
them with
with
you
me.
and you got them all charged up at the
I
vortexes?
got them all charged up.
So I one time had hot stone massage, and I was talking to the guy about it, and it was out west somewhere where people are more open to this stuff, and he said, like, I have to put these rocks that I put on people's bodies out under a full moon,
Yeah,
because
and clean
they
'em.
start to get full of energy.
Yep.
And people can feel it. They can feel
Yeah.
like these rocks are really hot, and he's like, I haven't even heated them yet. Like
Yeah.
it's
Because it's trapping. Think about it. The way that your energy centers run and your chakras is like, I think most people really don't understand that you are a battery.
I feel
You're a
that.
battery.
I always have to
Like
recharge
that's why, like,
in the afternoon.
if everybody was to see the thermoscan or the thermoscan of their bodies, they would see they're emitting heat. You're emitting heat because your body is electric. Your heart has to be stopped how with electricity. If you were to have a heart attack, I gotta charge you to start you back up.
Right.
So that means that you're producing energy, and that energy has to move and flow. I think what happens is we're so sensitive to looking at things with our eyes that we forget there's like a mini machine that's running to keep you functioning.
Yeah.
Right? So that energy disperses, and your bad emotions and all of that stuff disperses off too. So when you're getting massages and you're taking these stones all have functional purposes and give off energy and use energy. That's why you need cobalt to run your computer and your phone. Cobalt transmits messages and energy, and that, like, it has properties. Right? Same thing with those stones. If those stones are on you all the time and he's not cleaning them in between people, like, really he should be laying it on selenite every time in between other people.
Oh.
Because selenite is a master charger and a master cleanser. You can clean your aura every day with selenite. I'll show it to you later.
Okay.
You can clean your aura every day or in between time because we're energetic. So every time you're interacting with somebody, you have energetic cords that are being created. Now, at the end of the day, if you don't, like, cut that off, then you'll start having, like, longing for people and feeling they're like, oh, I admit that's where all that is coming from, is because your energy and their energy has been connected during that day, and you didn't know what you need to do to clean it off.
Yeah.
Right? So that's where Epsom salt baths come in. That's why a lot of old hoodoo ladies will tell you should take a bath in Epsom salt every week or every couple of days, so that you're not keeping energy. You're cleaning your energy off. Because salt is and that's what selenite is. It's gypsum salt.
Oh.
So it's a master cleanser. That's why salt is the ultimate purifier that keep you clean, keep your energy clean.
Right.
So in between that, he should probably be. But yeah, if you use those stones, especially those Loma Loma hot stones, they're usually like some kind of protection stone. It's gonna hold in
All
until it's cleansed.
the goop, the emotional goop,
And
energy.
it's heated.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
it's heated, so it's just pulling it out.
Right. So
I love those massages, by the way. It's like
so
the best.
you brought your collection of stones that the lady gave you.
Yes.
To
the
all the
vortexes,
vortexes,
and I did.
Did they
I
get
went to
hot
every single one of
afterwards?
them.
Were there energy in them different after all that?
The one
many
that
were there?
I'd only taken like 6 or 7, because that was she had just introduced me she was like, you needed one for each chakra. I didn't even know.
Okay.
At the
I
point
didn't
in
know that
time, I was
either.
like, okay. So she told me where to put them. The 2 that I really noticed that did the most like weird things was my clear quartz that I had on my crown, and then I had an amethyst right here. And
On
when
your
I was
forehead,
sitting,
where your third eye would be.
on my third eye would be, and when I was sitting and meditating, I had laid back, and it felt like the amethyst was like levitating off my head. Like there was points where it didn't feel like it was touching anymore.
Yeah.
And then the clear quartz was like vibrating, like
top
you could
of your
feel
head.
it vibrating on top of my head. Those are
Wow.
the two. The other stuff, like I felt really grounded, but those two were like,
Yeah, connection.
they're in whatever frequency was there. Because like you always heard like this weird pitch. There was like this, almost like a
the leaf blower that's going on outside of my home. The sound of Buckhead leaf blowers.
But it was like a 432 hertz frequency kind of energy noise that you just heard in the background the whole time you were meditating. It was very, I don't know,
pretty wild.
It was. I mean, it changed me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it changed me. It changed me. It changed.
At the end of the day, we were like, that was a weird day. I'm going to go live my life. And you lived your life and stuff started happening. And is that when you started being like, I'm going to get into the crystals?
Yeah, actually. Yeah. I was like, oh, this is too coincidental.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you'd be like, oh, that's just a coincidence. I was like, yeah, no, this is too
much. There, I had I do hot yoga, and at the end we do the savasana where you like lay on your back. It's a nap. It's called the corpse pose.
It's the corpse pose. Yeah. It's my favorite.
It's my favorite too. I was like, can we just start with the savasana and do that for an hour? But that's like after like you've been through like a whole like 90-minute yoga session, and it's so hot in there. It's like a ball sack. And
I used to come to the one that's right around here all the time.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking. Red Hot is over. Yeah. But I would get that's when I'd get messages, and for a while my throat would ache. It would ache, and I was like, I think maybe I'm getting a cold, but then I'd be fine. And then I'd come back the next week, I'm like, oh, I think I'm getting a cold. I come back and be like, and then be fine. And then I looked it up. That's the throat chakra. It's for personal expression. I started doing stand up, and it doesn't hurt anymore. Ooh.
So that's why I have lapis on.
The blue, yeah. It's like turquoise is the throat, right?
Oh, well, you got, I don't want to say anything blue. But
so let's start at the bottom. Red is your root chakra.
Red is your root.
That's for sex time.
Actually, that is not for sex time.
But
that's for the root is going to be for grounding, stability, and security.
Red's
that's
the devil.
Because you're born with your root. That's their first. And as you get older, you build each. Then there's your sacral chakra. That's your sex time.
The orange one. Okay.
Sacral chakra is sex time.
It's like in between your belly button and your bottom part.
Right where your genitals are about to start, and then up. And then right over your tummy is your solar plexus, and that's where your fire and your oomph and your confidence and self-worth and security is yellow.
What's that one called? Polar plexus? Solar plexus.
Solar plexus.
Solar plexus.
Solar plexus. And then you have your heart chakra.
Which is green.
And
you think it's the opposite of what your heart would like be red. Probably it's gray.
So for the crystals, you would
you can do the opposite.
It's green and pinks. Reds are more your sacral chakra and your root. So like red jasper would be your root. Carnelian is your sacral, or you could use it for solar plexus energy. It's one of those crystals like move in between, but it's very red. And then you got your heart chakra.
Heart chakra is green.
Which is green.
Throat is
that's my
blue.
Throat is blue. Then you got your brow.
Yeah, it's like your third eye, right?
It's your third eye.
And
then you have your
purple.
crown. That one's purple. And then this one's...
The crown, I feel like it hovers. I was told it hovers kind of above your head.
It hovers above your head.
And that's like
kind of
clear.
a clear color or silver, however you want to... I see it like a halo.
That's kind of like your spiritual one. It's like connection to...
It's your connection
source.
To source and spiritual...
Talking to
energy and the astral plane and
loved ones.
Yes. See, you're into this.
I am.
I wish I had known
I'm
that.
a closeted woo-woo girl.
I don't like that word. It's just that we're in touch with nature.
There's a psychic medium named Jamie Butler. She lives in Atlanta, and she calls this not woo-woo. It's true.
It's true, exactly.
Yes.
And it's just that we're so desensitized to other things that we're not in touch with, like the simplest parts.
I'm always fascinated by energy and reading it especially when I'm in old theaters. That's one of the things that
creepy
I do on the show. The show is talk about the different.
We
ghosts.
should go around and do that because I've been to a lot of ghost places now.
I bet.
Like that. Like when you're an energy person, you can feel them, and it's not like.
Yeah.
Like I just left New York and I did a run of shows up there, and my friend took me to this place, the TikTok restaurant.
It's a TikTok restaurant?
Yeah, the name of the restaurant is called TikTok. It's
like
an old like TICK TOCK. It used to be an old like diner.
Okay.
But it's like diner food.
Okay.
But it used to be right next door is this old hotel. It was one of the but it used to be a bank, and downstairs is a vault.
Okay.
And downstairs is haunted. So like normal, and I was really mad at my friend because they know that I'm like sensitive to stuff like that, and they were like, yeah, it's haunted downstairs, and I was like, okay. So, but they didn't like stress. It's like probably a lot of people haunted. You get what I'm saying?
This is what's happening. Because I've been in a vault before, an old vault, and people put items in the safety deposit boxes, and all of those like family heirlooms, jewelry, important papers.
Think about that.
One time there was a violin. Like it's like going into an antique store. Energy. And all of that energy is this. It's like
this
a wall
felt like
of
people who had survived, like being shot up by robbers.
Oh, like
it felt like it was given like Al Capone energy.
Al Capone energy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I hiding in the vault.
I didn't even
to get away from
It was
him.
so bad. I went downstairs to use the bathroom. I barely made it to the bathroom door and turned around.
No, because there's going to be someone sitting behind you.
I turned around and ran upstairs. I was like, yo, I refuse to use the bathroom here. Let's go back to the hotel room.
I did the same thing in the theater I performed at last week. I was like, I can't go into. I walked downstairs, walked into the ladies' room, turned right around, went back up, and I'm like, I got to find a different place to go.
No,
I
won't
cannot.
go. I'm glad we agree on that. don't. If we're on a show together, I'm gonna give you the look.
This hasn't usually happened because most of the places we go to are like breweries and things like that. I mean, if anything, like the toilet's disgusting and you don't want to use it. Not that the room's so haunted, you like don't want to be in there by yourself for too long.
Yeah, the only I've had a couple instances. Like one of my clients was in Glenwood Springs, Colorado. And they did it as a joke when I first became their consultant. That first week, they put me at the Hotel Colorado that night. But I didn't know what the Hotel Colorado was.
In Boulder?
No, it's in Glenwood Springs. It's where the unsequable Molly Brown died in that hotel.
Oh.
That whole hotel is like historically famous for being haunted. But I didn't know this. So when I get there, I drop off my bags and I go straight to work. I never check into my room.
Right.
And at the end of the day, now I should have known something was up because all day long, everybody at work was like, hey, have you checked into your room? How's your room?
Wow.
Hey, have you checked into your room? How's your room? So I didn't I wasn't peeped it. So I went straight home. I went straight to the hotel right after work to go grab something and and then go out to eat. And I get to my room. They give me my key. I get to my room and everything in my suitcase is like, it looked like somebody was violently mad at me and was just like tossing and breaking my stuff.
Exploded.
My lotion was exploded. My shampoo was everywhere. I mean, it was like you hate me energy. Like my clothes are everywhere. So I was like, what is going on? So I go downstairs and I'm like talking to the front desk person. I was like, hey, did your concierge is quit today or something? Because my room is in shambles. My stuff is broke. Some of my stuff is broken. And they were like, oh no, not again. I said, oh no, not again.
Stop
what?
renting that room out.
I said, what? They were like, we were hoping that room wouldn't do that this week. And I was like,
what? This week? That room. It's like the room's fault.
And they were like, and I was like, wait. They were like, did you not read, the thing about this is an actively, I was like, oh. They were like, it's an actively haunted hotel.
Oh my God.
And I was like, oh, that's okay. One of y'all coming upstairs with me. We're going to pack this up.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be staying here. Y'all can go ahead and check me out.
Right.
I went across the street.
Right, so that's what I do too, right?
And while I was packing, I made him hold the door open, and I was like,
do not leave me alone in here.
Yeah, no, and I was talking out loud. Hey, I don't know who you are or what's going on here, but I just want to say that I rebuke you. You're not allowed to come with me. Okay?
Yeah, right?
Stay where you are. And if they made you mad, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. That wasn't me, though.
Don't let that energy attach to you and come out with you. And then this is like I'm having goosebumps. This is the next level. When are we going to get good enough at reading energy and then being the boss bitch of energy and be like, I'm going to stay in this room and you're not allowed to do shit to me and you're not allowed to do anything. You're going to leave me alone. I'm on the human plane and you are not. And this is my space.
It depends on the entity of what you're dealing with.
Because it could be a demon. Because you're Catholic and you believe in demons.
I mean, don't you believe?
I don't. I try not to because I don't. I'm a child and I can't have that kind of energy thoughts in my brain.
I mean, I just feel like we have to have the perception that if there are a lot of different things that aren't like us. Like they just told you that aliens are in the bottom of the ocean this week.
Wait, what? Who? Huh? There's aliens.
Yeah.
Well, what's aliens?
But I knew this because I watched Abyss back in 1986. So. I was like, this is too real. Seems like that's why I became my marine science degree the first time. I was like, I want to go down there. And then I started going down in the ocean. And I was like, yeah, no, we should not go down there. There's big things down there.
There's big things down there.
Dude,
the Loch Ness Monster is one of those.
Well, now we know there are aliens underneath the ocean.
So is it like some like
they haven't given any exact things.
From space
They just said that aliens are real.
And there's bases underwater, and that they've been using their technology and reverse using it.
I'm gonna have to.
That was the part where I was like, "Whoa!"
Where was this on?
It was on C-SPAN.
It was like an actual. Like,
it was on C-SPAN.
How did I miss that?
Because people don't pay attention to C-SPAN anymore.
Also,
and they're gonna get rid of C-SPAN and PBS.
Because also they were like aliens are real, but then we're like, what about all the problems we have? They're like, whoa. Aliens are real. We didn't say anything else. So yeah, we're all too busy. And
everybody's like, yo, I need $1,200. That's what I care about, Bob.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm like. So we're just gonna skip the aliens, you guys. Cool. I just want to know.
We're at an hour.
Yes,
so
enough
I'm gonna have
time.
to have you come back and talk some more about this stuff.
I would
because it's fascinating. Is there tell people where they can find you?
You can find me at The Real Tiffany BA on all of the
social media.
medias. I'm no longer on that place. That guy owns, but I did go to Blue Sky, so you can find me there too.
Okay.
And I'm also www.therealtiffanyba.com.
Okay, you got your website going.
Yes, I did. It's been going.
You project managing your project.
Yes, actually, I'm gonna delegate more work to other people, and then
I need more people.
You probably
I
do.
hate managing people. I don't want to. Sometimes I just need to lay down on the floor in my bedroom. And what do you do when you have someone who's like, "What should I do next?" Like, I don't know, lay down on the floor next to me while I cry,
and
then
eat candy,
and then we can do some more work after that.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we do.
Is that what being
as a Cancer? Yes, that is my default.
That's a little candy, the nice floor time.
Candy, cry, and then keep it moving.
And keep it moving. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having
me.
It's
so good to see you.
Aww.